LeBron James going to Cleveland is simply a huge mistake. Let me tell you why. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they don't have enough defense on the perimeter to sustain LeBron James. They got James Harden, Donovan Mitchell. It would be LeBron, then Jared Allen, and Evan Mobley. Who's playing defense on the perimeter? Nobody. Not Donovan Mitchell, not James Harden, certainly not LeBron. LeBron is past those days where he's playing defense on the perimeter. So he should not go to Cleveland. Instead, I got a few other teams that I think he should go to. Now, my personal favorite, because I love Ant, I love LaMelo Ball, I love the Timberwolves, is the Minnesota Timberwolves. You see where I'm going with it. I'm just just from a basketball point of view, let's still talk about defensively. Because defense was my biggest gripe with the Cavs and them. And offensively, they're also not as good of a team, but I'm not going to get into that. But the Timberwolves, they have Jaden McDaniels, one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. Also got Rudy Gobert, one of the best defenders of all time. And it's safe to say that he has 4 DPOYs. He can say he's one of the best defenders of all time. They have that going for him, and as well as Anthony Edwards can play defense. I don't know, off the ball, he was slacking this year. He was pretty lazy this year. But I feel like that would change this year. That's going to change this year. So defensively, LeBron doesn't have to have a burden on him to have to get in the chair and play defense. He can get into his paint defender, his rim protector mode, which has been his best defensive attribute for the past couple years now, especially in the playoffs. He's one of the best rim protectors in the playoffs. So defensively, it is seamless. It's a seamless fit. Now, offensively, with LaMelo and Ant and LeBron. Now, many people are saying that Braun won't be on the ball and things of that nature. But I'm saying, you got LaMelo in the point guard. First of all, LeBron loves the point guards. LeBron loves having a point guard that can facilitate and knows what he's doing with the ball. So, and LaMelo Ball fits that perfectly. So, him not being on the ball as much is not as big of a concern for me because he loves to do that. And I feel like LeBron can show LaMelo some things on the court that LaMelo has never been open to because he's never played with a player or a facilitator like LeBron James. And for Anthony Edwards, Anthony Edwards might average 30 points this season because of LaMelo Ball and LeBron James' facilitating ability and their gravity. He might just go out and average 30 points. Why not? The things that will open up for Anthony Edwards with just LaMelo Ball. But then adding LeBron James to that, I'm thinking about it right now. I'm just, man. So that's why I think the Minnesota Timberwolves are the best destination and my favorite destination. But it's probably also the least likely destination, which makes me incredibly sad because it's like LeBron. The Timberwolves need a 4. They need a starting 4. They have everything you want. They have 2 or more offensive players that can handle the ball, that can score on their own. They have everything for you. He just don't want to go. He just don't want to be in fucking Minnesota, which I guess, man, but that would be the perfect destination for LeBron James. Now, the next destination that's a little more realistic, the Philadelphia 76ers, which is the most interesting one for me because I just think they have a lot. They just they just have a lot going on. So I just feel like that's the most interesting one for me with Maxey, VJ, Jaylen Brown, and Embiid, obviously. Here's what's interesting about it offensively is because they're all kind of on the ball, or this was interesting. They all have, except for Embiid, they all have played in roles where they had to be off the ball. You see Jaylen Brown with Jason Tatum, he was the second option. We see Tyrese Maxey with Embiid. Every time Embiid's on the floor with Tyrese Maxey defers to Embiid. There's no shame with that. So that's an interesting fact. But they all seem, Tyrese Maxey and JB, I'm talking about, they both seem to be better be better on the ball. And they prove that Maxey averaged like 27, and obviously Jaylen Brown, second team All NBA, he's All NBA. I don't know, second team, first team, but that's what's the interesting part for me is with LeBron. How will LeBron fit into that offensively? And I think the best way he could is to be that guy that just dishes out the entire time, like just average like 13 points, maybe 14 points, and average like 11 assists, 12 assists, like on some magic. Because he will have to be a connector. He will have to be a connector. He's not going to be that on-ball facilitator like how he would probably be more of in Minnesota. He will have to be more of a connector in Philly, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I just don't know the fit. It's so many guys there that it's fun because it's all the guys, but it's also not fun because the fit, it'll probably be the most growing pains because his role will be a little blemished. And defensively, I don't like it defensively. I don't love it defensively because Embiid is not the paint defender he once was. So we're gonna have that problem. And plus they don't have a backup big and Embiid injury concerns, obviously. Perimeterly, we're probably going to be fine if Jaylen Brown takes that step back up to being that elite defender he can be. And VJ Edgecombe is going to be a good defender. And Tyrese Maxey led the league in steals. Doesn't mean you're a good defender, but it means something. So the Philly's the most interesting fit. It'll probably be the one with the most growing pains because of there's so many people around there. But out of all the destinations that has been rumored, it's probably actually my third favorite. It's probably my third favorite. Now, on to the Miami Heat. This is probably my second favorite destination for Bron and probably the second most likely destination for Bron. It's one of the most interesting ones because if he goes to Miami, he will become a point guard again, which he's done it in 2020, which was amazing. Like, I was seeing this. He had an MVP season, basically. In 2020, and it was just amazing. He led the league in assists. He was an MVP running, won a championship, obviously, and that would just be very, very interesting to me, him being a point guard. But the thing is, with Giannis off the ball is meh. He's very meh. But LeBron James, the interesting thing that LeBron James brings to that offense is that closer, is being that closer in the fourth quarter. Because obviously we saw when they won the championship in 22 or 21, it doesn't matter. We know when they won the championship. Giannis wasn't really that closer, really. It was really Middleton. And I feel like Bron in that role is not bad because he can coast 3 quarters and then close in a fourth. Like, we've seen LeBron still be able to close in a fourth in LA. So that's an interesting fact for me. Defensively, I don't have to say anything about defense. Defense, they're going to be top 5 with LeBron, without LeBron. They're going to be a top 5 defense in the league. They have Davion Mitchell, Wiggins for the perimeter, and then Giannis and Bam for the paint. And even though Giannis hasn't been that paint defender or that defender he once was, you still got Bam Adebayo, who's probably, like, other than Wemby, Asar Thompson, he's probably the 3rd best defender in the league. To be honest, he's so versatile, can do it all. Him as a defender, man, like, just looking at his advanced metrics, I guess, like, and just watching him play. I know people don't really like basketball analytics stuff, but seeing Bam, man, I mean, he is phenomenal. He's phenomenal. So defensively, you don't got to worry about. But offensively, I feel like that being the closer is where LeBron would shine the most if he does go to Miami. And that would be very interesting to see that. It would be very interesting to see that. Me talking about it more makes me more intrigued about him going to Miami. This one is probably one of my... It's so tough because it's Saturday today. I can love this destination for him on Sunday, and that's the Golden State Warriors. I don't. I hate it because slot him in. It's LeBron, Curry, Green, Yaxel, and Porzingis, or are they gonna start Pod? Nah, Pod's gonna just come off the bench. But you can see that there's not a lot of perimeter defense there. Like Draymond Green's not that perimeter defender he was. He's still an amazing defender. Don't get that wrong. He's still an amazing defender. But it's just we're so big. You know what I'm saying? Like Porzingis, Draymond, Bron. I mean, we're huge. So defensively on the perimeter, it would look a little shaky. But I mean, just no one's thinking about that. No one cares. No one cares about that defensive side. We know what we want to see in Golden State. We want to see LeBron and Stephen Curry run pick and rolls like how we did in the Olympics with the Avengers team. But the factor that people don't put in is that they also had Kevin Durant, Embiid, Bam, Booker, all on that team, and Booker was playing defense like crazy. So, like, it's obviously going to be fun. Rich Paul said, he said they would have to have 40 nationally televised games. I mean, yeah, like, you got, shit, all 82 on television, like on that type of, but it's just, people just want to see Bron and Steph Curry. I don't think this team has any, I don't think a team with LeBron, Curry, Draymond, and Porzingis as its core four is enough for a championship. Just especially with like their bench not being what it is. Their defense, like I said, perimeterly, like the perm D is bad. So this part is not my favorite destination. It's not on the favorite list, but it's just, see Bron and Steph Curry. Everybody wants to see two great players suit up with each other. But other destinations that are, I'm trying to think of other destinations that's like not as realistic, but because they only name about 5. So yeah, I think I went through all the destinations. So LeBron James, do not make the mistake of going to Cleveland. I'm telling you, that's a mistake. Going to Cleveland, well, obviously not gonna see this, but LeBron James going to Cleveland would be a mistake, and he should not do it. But that's all for me. First video in a while. If you're watching and subscribe, like. Thank you.